Hey guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Welcome back to the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia DLC for FIFA 18. Today we're going to be doing a what if scenario, and today we're going to be doing New Zealand. What if New Zealand qualified for the 2018 FIFA World Cup? So I know what it looks like. We've got another scenario in Group C, where we're in France, Australia and Denmark's group. I can't help that because New Zealand's scenario is basically very sort of one direction sort of thing. It's very just narrow. New Zealand qualified for the playoffs in real life. That is the Interconfederation playoff. After winning the OSC group, I believe they beat the Solomon Islands on the Oceania playoff by 8-3, I want to say. So they advanced to the OSC versus CONMEBOL playoff, where in real life they played Peru and they lost 2-0 to Peru. In the second leg, they lost 2-0. The first leg, they drew 0-0. So very unlucky New Zealand. Now, obviously the scenario is what if New Zealand qualified? So essentially it's just what if New Zealand beat Peru to go through to this group. And of course Peru got to this group in real life, so of course we just replace them with New Zealand. It's very simple. I can't help it that we're in Group C again. You know, that's just how the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid. But obviously when we do more European teams and other teams and stuff like that that are available on this DLC, we can explore other groups. So quickly checking out New Zealand's squad for the 2018 World Cup. We've got Chris Wood up top and Barbarousse up top as well alongside of him. I've heard of those two. I've heard of Rojas before as well. And of course, probably the best player on the team at the time, Winston Reid, who I believe played for West Ham at the time. But apart from that, I don't really know other New Zealand players, to be honest with you. Not very knowledgeable about it. And before we start our what if scenario, it is on legendary difficulty to try and give it the most authentic finish possible. So here we go then, New Zealand versus Denmark in this what if scenario. It would have been cool to see New Zealand at another World Cup. You know, a 2-0 loss against Peru isn't like terrible for New Zealand. The problem is with New Zealand is that obviously being an OFC, the Oceania zone, they're going to win that OFC 95% of the time, right? Unless someone like Tahiti or the Solomon Islands can beat them. But when it comes down to it, obviously playing a CONMEBOL opponent, they're going to be a lot stronger than New Zealand, and half the time, well, they won't make it. The last time New Zealand qualified for a World Cup was in 2010, where they actually went unbeaten, but still got knocked out of the group stages. And I hope to repeat that performance here in the 2018 World Cup. If you want my actual thoughts on whether or not New Zealand will get out of this group, it's just going to be a solid no. New Zealand are just too weak to contend with the likes of France and Denmark. Australia, possibly. I mean, that would be a great game to watch in real life, right? In an actual World Cup. Of course, these what-if scenarios aren't going to be, like, completely realistic. You know, they're just me putting the team in the actual group and seeing how far I can get. You know, I'm in control, so, you know, take it with a pinch of salt. But, yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll be doing anything outrageous with New Zealand here. I mean, we might get a few goals, possibly. But here comes Denmark. And, oh, what happened there? Oh, it must have come off the post and it got the rebound. And it's an offside goal for Vass. Crossed in and New Zealand has scored. They've scored and that's Chris Wood. And that's 1-0 to New Zealand. Fantastic goal by Chris Wood. And, yeah, it's entirely possible that New Zealand can score against Denmark. You know, with a striker like Chris Wood, you know, I know a lot of people don't think he's brilliant in real life, but he is New Zealand's best chance of scoring goals. Like, he is. He plays in the Premier League. I don't know where he is these days, but I know that he went around, like, Burnley and Nottingham Forest and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's, you know, it's entirely possible. Here comes Sisto for Denmark. And he's just too quick for the New Zealand defence. They go for it. It's off the top of the bar by Denmark. So many shots, but still haven't found that goal. Sisto again running down my wing. And he's just impossible to tackle because he's just so fast. Eriksson out to Delaney. Back to Eriksson. And they got it. Oh, they're going to score that. Yeah. Just couldn't tackle him. Just couldn't tackle him. New Zealand obviously too small to do much here. And Vass finally gets his goal after being denied from the offside. And that is 1-1. Denmark are back in it. Yeah, I absolutely agree with Denmark scoring there. You know, of course, it's going to happen against a team like New Zealand. Oh, Poulsen's got it. And what can Denmark do? They cross it in. Headed away. And we'll retrieve it in the midfield area. But it's given away straight away. And Denmark are just all over us. Oh my goodness, I thought they scored that. Vass again, looking for his brace. It's half time and New Zealand are still holding on despite all the pressure from Denmark. We knew it was coming. You know, I don't expect New Zealand to even get out the group. What we're going to do against France, I really don't know. But getting a goal early on in this World Cup is something to be proud of for New Zealand. I mean, we just can't tackle Denmark at all, really. Not effectively. Eriksson, and again, it just brushes the side netting. Denmark are sending out so many warning shots to New Zealand. They go for it. Oh, again. Oh, my goodness. Jorgensen that time. Just coming close, but they just cannot hit the target again. I'm trying to draw comparisons with the 2010 World Cup, which is unfair because it's a completely different squad and completely different situation. But I will allow it. You know, maybe New Zealand could just like pull out massive performance out the bag and draw against Denmark. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't really know what New Zealand are like these days. But that's just me drawing comparisons from 2010 and New Zealand going unbeaten in that group as well. So I would say possible, but very, very unlikely. France beat Australia 5-0. What am I going to get in store in this game? Our second match of this group is against France. I expect to lose 100%. Like, I might not get blown away because New Zealand are quite capable of defending, but France are just a juggernaut. I'll probably lose like 3-0 or something like that. In real life, again, it'll be the same result. France will win it 100%. They're too strong in 2018. Chris Wood out to McGlinchley. Oh my goodness, that almost went in. Griezmann on the ball. Matuidi. Mbappe. Into the middle, it's blocked. France have got it again and it's saved. Dembele's got it. A slide tackle but missed. And off the post. Oh, the computer's getting unlucky here. I mean, they probably should have destroyed me in the last game and now France have started hitting the post as well. We've done so well to keep Mbappe and Griezmann quiet in this half so far. When are they going to come to life? I mean, in 2010, New Zealand did draw against Italy in that group that they were in. So it's entirely possible because Italy were previous world champions. But this is, well, at the time, the 2018, obviously France were champions. So, yeah, they're not like previous champions. They are future champions if you want to get technical about it. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe New Zealand could have done this in real life, but obviously take it with a pinch of salt. It's my defending, not real life defending. Into Chris Wood. Oh my goodness, Chris Wood. He almost scored that little, like, first time shot. Uh-oh, France pushing. Mbappe. Oh no, in the 85th minute, Mbappe has scored to make it 1-0 to France. Valiant effort from New Zealand. But Mbappe has finally got his goal. Now, obviously, in my opinion, I think that France would have scored more goals. But here, in this scenario, they've had a little bit of a howler in front of goal. They've missed tons of chances. But hey, I still think that New Zealand would have dropped this game in real life. But valiant effort nonetheless from New Zealand. Done well to, you know, stop France from scoring loads of goals. And here comes Roux on the ball. Crosses that one in. Header. And again, like New Zealand are capable of coming close against sides like France. I know it's only a video game and it's not like hyper realistic. It's going to be a corner in that 90th minute. Last kick of the game. France cross it in. Headed back and headed away. Bit of chaos here. Bit of chaos. Come on. Keep it at 1-0 if you can. No, it's not. No, no, no. As soon as it landed to that player there, I knew it was going to be game over. And France have got another goal. Sidibe with another one to add for France. And that's 2-0. There's a couple of players, like you can see there, Koscielny. He didn't actually, I don't think he featured that much at the 2018 World Cup. So I don't really know why the squads aren't like super up to date. And that is going to be it. New Zealand have lost 2-0 against France. It took a while for France to warm up. But once Mbappe scored, it just led to another goal. And do I think that result is realistic? Of course I do. I think the score line would have been a little bit bigger. I think maybe a 4-0. Maybe. France had 15 shots to my 5 and only won 2-0. That conversion rate is not good. So let's have a look at the group quickly. So New Zealand only had 1 point and Denmark beat Australia 4-0. So it's looking like me and Australia are probably only going to be playing for pride. Here we go then. Australia versus New Zealand for our final match of this group stage. And to be honest, it probably doesn't matter because even if France beat Denmark and say, for example, we win here, our goal difference is going to be lower than Denmark's because Denmark beat Australia by 4-0 and pushed up their goal difference. So I think we're probably out regardless of what happens. But this matchup is quite an exciting matchup, really, in prospect because it's Australia versus New Zealand. Two neighbouring nations. I don't know how heated the rivalry is. I imagine it probably is. New Zealand pushing. Is there anything for them? They keep getting tackled. The ball movement is really slow from New Zealand, but I expected it. It's just, can we grab a result here? It's going to be so hard because Australia seem to be in the mood for a win. Oh, no, no. Oh, I went to slide to avoid the ball coming into the box, and instead I completely missed it and got the man. It's a penalty to Australia. What's this going to be? Is it just going to be a yellow? Hopefully. Yeah, just a yellow card. Okay, Tommy Smith gets the yellow, and Australia have got the chance to make it 1-0. Can they do it? McLaren steps up and off the post. How lucky for New Zealand. Thomas gets tackled. Man, New Zealand just cannot hold onto the ball for more than 5 seconds. We've done well defensively in this entire run. You know, only conceding 2 goals to France, getting a draw against Denmark, and currently drawing against Australia. So we haven't been horrible. Comes Chris Wood. Can he do it? Oh, he's been brought down, and that's going to be a penalty to New Zealand. And potentially... Oh, it's only a yellow. Okay. All right. Well, New Zealand have a chance. I didn't expect Australia to cut me down like that in the box. But thankfully they did. And now it's a chance for New Zealand to maybe take the lead. Chris Wood. Come on. And it's in. Chris Wood has scored to make it 1-0 to New Zealand over their neighbours, Australia. Come on. Winston Reid just completely missed that, but thankfully the goalkeeper has saved our bacon. Oh, what the hell? What's he done there? And it's gone wide. Oh, massive chance for Australia to equalise, and they didn't take it. Shot is blocked into the middle, and it's blocked again by Australia. It's just going to be a humble 1-0. Which is fine, I think. But, yeah, I said at the start that this could have gone either way. And the scenario proved me right. Whether or not that would have happened in real life, I don't really know. I want to say that Australia would have taken this in real life. But the scenario of the match and, you know, the circumstances of it being at a World Cup, New Zealand versus Australia... Like I said, it could have gone either way, but I'm more leaning in towards Australia. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's just up in the air, that one. Australia had 6 shots. We only had 2. Did we go through? I highly doubt it. We did get the win, but let's have a look. No, we didn't, because Denmark drew against France and New Zealand had been knocked out the competition. Do I think that's realistic? Yes, I do. I really do. Whether or not New Zealand would have got 4 points in that group, debatable. Very, very debatable. The result against Denmark was very, very, well, more leaning into the realms of fantasy for me personally. You know, you have your own opinion whether or not New Zealand could beat Denmark back in 2018. But the Australia result, yeah, absolutely. I think that New Zealand could have done it. Could have gone either way, to be honest with you. You know, it's a hard one to call on paper. I know Australia are probably better on paper, but given the circumstances of the match and everything like that, you know, you can throw all that out the window at a World Cup. But New Zealand have been eliminated, and I'm quite happy with that what if scenario. So I hope you guys enjoyed it today. If you did enjoy it, then please give it a like and subscribe. Keep it loco as always, and I'll see you again for the next video.